Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Nahmaduhu wa nasalli ala rasulihil kareem. Moving on, we're going on to the 11th mansoub, which is la linafi al-jins. Okay. So we have all of these mansubat we discussed. We finished all the way till here. We're now on this one, the 11th mansub, which is la, which negates the entire jins. Okay. Faslun al-mansubu bila التي لنفي الجنس. So faslun, that word which has become mansub because of the la, which is for nafil jins, which is for negating the entire species, or you say here the entire genus. Okay. Yes. هو المسند إليه بعد دخولها. Okay. When you have la linafi al-jins, it comes under ism. That ism becomes a musnad ilay. Okay? Correct? Now this nakiratan, I was a bit stumped as well. Why is it nakiratan? It's the hal. So the musnad, the ism of la comes after la in the state that it is nakira and mudaf. For example, here, look. We have la. This is what? La linafyil jins. La linafyil jins. And now, the mansub bila is this. What state does it occur in? It becomes nakira mudafatan. Ay fi dar. That's a khabar. So the ism can come as nakira and mudaf. La ghulama rajulin. That's one way the ism of la. We call it ism of la, he's called it the mansub of la. So many people call it the ism of la linafi al-jins. Okay. Or mushabihan bil mudaf. Or the ism of la or the mansub of la can come when it's mushabihan bil mudaf. It is not mudaf, but it resembles the mudaf. Nahu la ishrina dirhaman. So this is now the ism of la. So there are no 20 pounds or 20 dirhams in the bag. What does it mean by mushabihan bil mudaf? It means, okay, first of all, what does a mudaf do to its mudaf ilay? The mudaf is an amil. It makes its mudaf ilay majroor. So if you have a noun making another noun ma'mul, affecting the i'rab of another noun. You have one noun affecting the i'rab of another noun. Then that's what mudaf ilayh does. So if you have another amil, and it makes the word after it marfu, mansub, then we also call this mushabihan bil mudaf. How does it resemble mudaf? Here look, kitabu zaydin. The word zayd is made majroor because of kitab. Okay. Ana daribun zaydan. So daribun is a noun and it makes this word mansub. So this is amil, governing particle, makes this word majroor. So this darib makes zaydan mansub. This is mudaf. And this is what? Mushabihan. Mushabihan bil mudaf. It resembles mudaf. So, back to original mas'ala, the mansub of la, the ism of la, can either be a nakira on its own, la ghulama rajulin, mudaf mudaf ilayh, or it can be a mushabih bil mudaf, la ishrina dirhaman. Ishrina is making dirhaman is tamyiz. So this is making it is ma'mul. So therefore this is mushabih bil mudaf. Correct? Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Nahmaduhu wa nasalli ala rasulihil kareem. So yesterday we started discussing the la linafi al-jins and the word after la linafi al-jins, the ism of la linafi al-jins. And he says here, he mentioned two ways. He didn't mention the third way, which is the obvious way. That the ism of la can come as a mufrad he didn't mention that explicitly, but that's obvious. So the ism of la linafi al-jins can come after as a mufrad. For example, la rajula fi dar. He never mentioned that, but that's obvious, so that's why he probably missed it out. Then number 2, it can come as nakira mudaf or mushabihan bil mudaf. So those are the 3 scenarios or conditions where the ism of la can come. 3 conditions. And now he's explaining the i'rab of these 3 conditions. فَإِنْ كَانَ مَا بَعْدَ لَا نَكِرَةً مُفْرَدًا. It's nakira and mufrad, meaning it's not mudaf, not mushabih bil mudaf. You will say it's mabni ala al-fath. I don't want to go into too much detail, but just for somebody maybe who's teaching, if you're teaching beginners, maybe not in the Arabic level, but like very, very basic, via English, simple, you can just follow this is the mazhab of the Ahlul Basra. Ahlul Kufa, they say it's mansub. All the books of Arab go on this, but if you teach somebody really beginning level, they get confused between mabni al-fath and mansub and all that. You can just go to the Kufa mazhab and say it's mansub. So the ism of la is mansub, but the mahallan is mansub, but the word itself is mabni al-fath. For example, let me give an example. When you have the word ya zaidu, we say here ya is equal to ad'u. Ya is equal to ad'u. And therefore, zaidun or zaidu is the maf'ulun bihi. Correct? So, in what slot is the maf'ulun bihi? Mansub. So we say Zaid is, you have to pray at dhamma. That's how we heard it from the Arabs. We say here, it's mahallan mansub. The slot is mansub. But what can we see? A dhamma. We say here, but it's mabniyun ala dhamm. So same thing is going to happen here. When we have an example of it being mufrad, la rajula fi dar, we will say here is mabniyun alal fath. And but the mahal is what? Fi mahallin nasb. That's how you say it. So the slot is mansub and the fatha is alamatul bina, not alamatul i'rab, according to Ahlul Basra. That's how they do it. So you have to stick by that. Okay? Yes? وَإِن كَانَ مَعْرِفَةً أَوْ نَكِرَةً مَفْصُولًا بَيْنَهُ وَبَيْنَ لَا. 2 scenarios. If the la linafi al-jins is ma'rifah, that seems contradictory. La linafi al-jins is to negate a whole species or a whole genus. So how can it ma'rifah? So that is, it's like, for example, sometimes you use a word in a general context or a name in a general context. For example, if somebody says, is Ahmad home? Ahmadu fil bayt. I can say, La Ahmadun fil bayti wa la Uthmanun. There's no Ahmad, no Uthman, nobody here. So I'm not referring to Ahmad as a person. I'm kind of referring to it as a general meaning. There's nobody. So Ahmad doesn't mean Ahmad. It means that there's no Ahmad home. So it's not referring to one person. It's basically saying La Rajula. Similar to that. So when you have a ma'rifah min haythul wada, meaning the word itself was originally for ma'rifah, but it's not meant as a ma'rifah here. In that scenario, you can have a ma'rifah as an ism of la linafi al-jins. Okay? Or if the nakira is nakira, but there's a space mafsulan baynahu wa bayna la. For example, il-marfu. For example, so one ruling is it's marfu, and the second is وَيَجِبُ تَقْرِيرُ لَا مَعَ اسْمٍ آخَرٍ. You'll have to repeat la with another name. For example, Zaydun. So Zaydun is ma'rifah originally, but we're not referring to it as ma'rifah. This means no person. So you say La Zaydun. So what is it here? It becomes marfu. Yes? And not only is it marfu, you have to do what? Takrar. And you have to bring another ism. Ismun akhar. Okay, this is rare. Okay. That other one is more common. If it's mafsool, baynahu wa bayna lam. This is ismu la. This is a la. What is this? A fasila. Because there's a fasila here. There's a fasila. Because of this, same rule apply. You have to make it marfu. And you have to do takrar of the la. An example of this in the Quran. La fiha ghawlun wa la hum anha yunzafun. So what's happening here? La linafi al-jins. Fiha is a fasila. Fiha is a fasila. And then you have to have, so then it becomes marfu' as an ism, but it is marfu'. And then you have to repeat it. Okay? So if there's a fasl, you have to make it marfu' and repeat it. Correct? Everybody understand? Any questions? You can ask on the, no problem. It wouldn't go into YouTube, your questions. So if anybody doesn't understand, you can let me know. I can explain it again, inshallah. Okay? So summary is, when it's mufrad, this is the whole, when it's mufrad on its own, then what happens? It's mabni al fath. That's the Basra way of saying it. But fi mahallin nasm. Okay? And that's a normal i'rab. And if you have nakira, if it's ma'rifah or nakira mafsula, then you have to do two things. You have to make it marfu' and you have to repeat the la with another ism. Okay? Ji. There's no condition of the question is that Ghawlun is an ism, which is nakira, and in here there's no nakira. So how does that work? So the answer to that is that it says mas min akhar. It doesn't have to be another nakira word, or it doesn't have to be a ma'rifah word. There's no specifications on that. For example here, la fiha rajul wa lamra'a. There's a nakira word here. In here there's a ma'rifah word. La zaydun fi dari wa la amrun. When the repeated element, there's no condition of it being ma'rifah or nakira. It's just, you must be repeated. Okay? Does that clarify? It can be a jumla. Yes, it can be a jumla. Just repeat the la. Okay? Right. Here we have another example. La khawfun alayhim wa la hum yahzanun. Okay? We haven't done la and ma al-mushabbahatani bil-laysa as yet. It's the next fasl. But I will have to discuss this because it's coming in here now. So here, the preferred i'rab is, we say, la is for li nafyi al-jins. Okay? And khawfun is the ism. And alayhim becomes a khabar or muta'alliq to the khabar. Either way is fine. And then walahum yahzanun, we then say this is a harf al-atf and it carry on to its own i'rab. And this la is mukarrar, but the sentence is complete. This is the preferred i'rab. Are you following? When we were doing this in Quran translation, Surah Al-An'am, somebody sent me suggested another way of, another i'rab, which a book of Arab Quran did mention. They said here, is la is al-mushabbahan. La is mushabbaha bilaysa. And this khawf becomes the ism of la. So not la nafi al-jins, but la al-mushabbaha bilaysa. Now, even though it's possible, it's not preferred. Because when you have la nafi al-jins, this is emphatic and it's used to negate every single member of the genus and the species. So if you say la khawfun alayhim, that means that not a single item which comes under khawf will be present in Jannah. And to understand this, let me give an example. If I say la rajula fi dar, and I have la rajulun fi dar. Okay, so this becomes لنفي الجنس, لنفي الجنس, and this becomes المشبهة بليس. Correct? It becomes مشبهة بليس. In this, I can't say لا رجل في الدار بل رجلان. I can't say that. Yes? Because rajula negates every single member. So I can't say there's not one man but two. When you say la rajula, it means it negates every single element. And if I say la rajulun fi dar, I could say bal rajulan. Because la mushabbaha bil lays does not negate every single member. So yes, it can have a similar meaning, but not necessarily. That's why when we have i'rabs like this, la khawfun alayhim wa lahum yahzanun, it's better to make it لنفي الجنس as opposed to the ism of la. There's a side point. If somebody didn't understand it or it's not relevant to the Hidayatun Nahw too much, but it's an Arab Quran question which came up, which was linked to la nafi jins. So I thought I'd explain it here. Okay? Understood? Yes? Okay. Right. Now moving on, he says, وَيَجُوزُ فِي مِثْلِ لَا حَوْلَ وَلَا قُوَّةَ إِلَّا بِاللَّهِ خَمْسَةُ أَوْجُهٍ. That in لَا حَوْلَ وَلَا قُوَّةَ إِلَّا بِاللَّهِ. Meaning what? When you have لَا حَوْلَ وَلَا قُوَّةَ, you have two words and you're negating both of them. Then you can read it in 5 ways. Okay? Right? So you have two, you're repeating. You want to say, for example, لا رجل ولا امرأة في البيت. So what are you doing? You're repeating. And you're repeating the la. And both are mufrad after it. You have a choice of different ways of different i'rab. In summaries, when you pray la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah, read whatever you want. It doesn't matter. All is permissible. Ma fi mushkil. The first is fath. Now remember, fath and nasab are slightly different. Does anybody know the difference? What is fatha used for? What is nasab used for? Correct, but one element is missing. The answer was that nasab is a state and fatha is an alama. One more difference. When we say it has a fatha, this means it's what? Mabni. And when you say it's nasab, there's a sign that it's mu'rab. Correct? So when you say fathuhuma, yes, it means what? Bina. That both words becomes mabni al-fath. So when you have mabni, you don't have tanween. So it means la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. That's one way of reading it. Make both words mabni al-fath. An example of this in the Quran. La rafa tha wa la fusuqa. So look, it's repeated, and the choice, the i'rab that we read, I'm not sure about other qira'at, we read it with fatha, la rafatha wa la fusuqa. So we're doing bina al-fath. So both juz, the first and the second, they're both mabni al-fath. Wa raf'uhuma. So rafa means you can pray them, both of them, with a dhamma and mu'rab, so with tanween. La hawlun wa la quwwatun illa billah. Yes? Another way of reading it, fathul awwal wa nasbu thani. First is mabni al fath, second is mu'rab with a nasab. So la so the first is mabni al fath, mabni al mansub. La hawla wa la quwwatan. Yes? Fathul awwal, raf'u thani. Meaning the first is mabni, so la hawla, second is marfu, quwwatan. And raf'ul awwal and fathul thani. So you can say here, la hawlun wa la quwwata illa billah. Okay? So you can read it 5 ways. Yes? The question being asked is, if you change the i'rab, differentiation in i'rab, will it have a different meaning? The answer is I don't know. I've never come across it. I don't know. I don't know if the change in i'rab will have a difference in meaning. Okay, any other questions? Okay. Okay. وَقَدْ يُحْذَفُ اسْمُ لَا لِقَرِينَةٍ. The ism of la can be removed when there's a qarina. You can understand from the context. Somebody's worried, somebody's scared, say la alayk. La alayk. Ay, la ba'sa alayk. The ism is mahzuf. You're allowed to do that. You can remove the ism of la. Okay? And those are the main points he's mentioned regarding la linafi al-jins. Okay? Everybody understood? Any other questions? Subhanallah wa bihamdi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika wa nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta wa nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Go ahead. Yes. So here is the Arabic structure, la alayk. So la is linafi al-jins, and alayka is a khabar. Because jar majrur never becomes the ism or the mubtada. So then here was mahzuf, the ba's. But the context will tell you, right, there's no harm, no worry, no fear, no concern over you. So if somebody is very worried or scared, you can say to them, la alayk. And that would mean, la ba'sa alayk. Okay? Yes? Anything else? Subhanallah bihamdi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta wa nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.